becoming God in 4 steps. Step number 1 is to define God as all it is. Repeat it to yourself. I am everything, the unified field of light. I am the creative consciousness that makes things happen from both animate and inanimate objects. And I reincarnate into different self-aware intelligence so that I can experience myself. But I also created this darkness that I have to outsmart in order to enjoy life. I created these complications in life where I'm going to have to do things in order to find a sense of meaning and purpose, rather than hoping to escape to some heaven, which is not real. Only reincarnation is real, and not hoping for messengers of God or a messianic figure to create blanket solutions with magical thinking, but to have the experience of life. So that's step 1, is repeating that to yourself. Step 2 is doing something called light work. It's where you hold your fingers up like this, and then imagine it's like a wand, or you can use a crystal, and direct it and point it. Imagine brilliant beams of white light coming from it. You can spiral like you're doing a hula hoop to kind of create a motion. You can record a clip, an audio clip of yourself saying, I'm imagining the bright white light shining down on so-and-so and so-and-so, like various people or presidents or people that you're upset at, because you also are thinking of them smiling while you're doing the light work. You're imagining people smiling. And just like with the negativity in the world and the news, you are imagining people smiling and enjoy in whatever conflict areas, and then you project that image, and you obviously, yes, we are all taking actions to make the world a better place, but there's also this mental programming and this mental energy. And that leads me to the 3rd step, which is to be in a loving frequency. Like, you want to be in the frequency of love and peace if you want to experience godhood. And that'll require you to not want premarital intimacy, which is wanting to seek pleasure as opposed to wanting to please somebody and create a family unit of stability, the foundational unit of society, the family. And whether or not you raise children, it's a question of, do you want to be human? Do you want to be the divine God energy in this human form? And if we want to, then we'll have to engage in various sustainable practices, which include things like that. Avoiding, why would you want to show up with somebody in public or in private and get entangled emotionally, making it harder to think clearly, or get wow, look at that surfer, wow. Or get, physically, like if you're showing that you're with somebody, the whole point, wow, look at all that white water. The whole point physically is when you show up in public, it's someone you're married to, because that's how you show that you are together. And when I say marriage, I mean no premarital intimacy at all, only platonic building up together. And I think that this is one of the biggest problems in society, is people are not following this protocol that was actually established by traditional religions, and they're calling themselves religious, and they're calling themselves well-intended, and they may be otherwise good people, but this is all leading to deconstructed families and an unloving energy. And I'm thinking that if we want to experience God and we want to experience that in this form, then we're going to have to act like it and not just assume that, oh, things will figure themselves out, or that everything's good and we don't have to worry about improving it because somebody else will solve it, like a Jesus character. No, we can solve it. Okay, we can solve the complications in the world exactly because that's the whole point of life, and to feel a sense of meaning and purpose. And step 3 is actually to decide that we want to overcome the concept of death. And the way you do that is by realizing that, I don't want to be afraid of death, and you're not going to be if you realize you're going to be reincarnating. But that makes it so you should be less afraid that if your body is not working, well, and you can't enjoy life, it's okay to let go in a humane way. And just the same, people who are criminally insane or damaging to society, they can be humanely put down. And also people whose bodies and minds are not working and they can't enjoy life. See, the enjoyment of life is being able to be independent, like being able to operate emotionally and financially free. And there may be a variation when it comes to women, because women do better when they are following a good man, or like a father, or women who, and because they're more of a follower or suggestible, like that's the feminine. Like, just because women can be career oriented and masculine doesn't mean that they shouldn't also look for opportunity and a man who can help them enjoy being in their feminine. So, wow, look at that.